Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support this channel on Patreon. Barbara, David, Tammy, Karen, Dee, George, Cynthia, Yvette, Nina, Carol, Marie, Virginia, Mouse Baby, Linda, Emma, Shanna, Cindy, Lydia, Keisha, Afia, Deborah, Donna, Bobby, Jody, Melissa, Bonita, Jane, Dolphin, Glenda, Lori, Lena, Licia, Donna, Penny, Ron, Diane, Sandy, Susan, Monica, Dawn, Robin, Teresa, Jeannie, Letitia, and Leilani. Thanks, guys. A huge thank you to my co-sponsors. You guys are awesome. Hello. Hi, guys. Did you see the mystery box? There's a digital mystery box was released today. We just did a premiere video on that right before this one. Thank you all who joined in that video. So today's video, I already did the project, but we're going to do the complete project again. So you all can see the process and everything. So many of you have questions. So today we made this leaf. I made this leaf yesterday, but this is made out of the new Cricut Veneer, and I curved it. So it kind of looks like a fall leaf. And look at that writing on it. Isn't it so cute? This is 3 layers. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, this medium color one is actually just 1 layer. It's the back. And there's tricks on how to curve it and stuff. You want to go with the grain so you can see the grain is going up, more up and down. So that's the way I curved it. I had to wet it first also. So we're going to be doing all of that. We're going to make this from start to finish. This image is already in the digital mystery box. The only way for you to get this image right now is if you were to buy the digital mystery box. Okay, so then, but if you don't buy the digital mystery box, this image will be in access 30 days from today, October 15th. So November 15th, these images will be in access if you have access. If you have access premium, you get it for 50% off. And let me see my chat. If you have questions, please put your questions in all caps. So I just love this leaf. Okay. And it's wood. It's veneer. It's so cool. So my ideas for this, this is all we're making is this, but my ideas for this is you could put it like on a wood sign, on a wreath. If you kept it flat and didn't curve it, you could put it on a card or in a scrapbook. You don't want to curve it. It might break if you flatten it out now, unless you wet it. So, but I think these would be so cute. And you could change the colors of the different leaves, but just by using there's 3 colors of Cricut Veneer. So you could change out what you use where. And the pen wrote on it. Cricut wrote on the wood veneer. I was worried about it. I didn't know how it'd work, but it worked. We even wet it after this was on, but I wet the backside. I'll show you how in this video. Keep watching. Okay. So, do you want to see the veneer first? So this is the dark piece, and this cut out the outside pieces, like it's just an outline we did in this. And this is how thin it is. So we put it on the mat like this. To be honest, I didn't know which way to put it. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I just guessed. And I'm like, I think I want it this way. That's how I decided, but I think this is the best way because it bends easier this way. Bending it, I can't really bend it the long ways. So you gotta think about that. I got lucky. I'm here to show you. I can't really bend it this way, but I can bend it like this. So these are going vertical this way. If you're making a project and you want to bend it up and down, you have to think about how you want it to bend afterwards if bending is something you want to do. Of course, you don't have to, but this bends real easy like this. I don't know if you can see how thin it is. It's pretty thin. And so this, I thought I'm just gonna, we kept changing the mats and putting the wood back on. I'm like, let's just leave these mats. This is part of a project we're doing next Thursday Night Live. Not this coming Thursday, because we're doing Thursday Night Live from my Tesla driving to Gatlinburg. But I started cutting out a project we're doing next week. It's going to be fun. It's much more interesting than this boring thing here, but it'll be good. So when you put this on the mat, so we're going to, you know what, let's cut this, one of these mats first, and then I'll show you how to put this on. But I'll tell you this way, and then we're gonna, when we cut this one, you're gonna see exactly how we put it on. So we put it on. Notice we put it vertical, like this way, so the lines are going up and down, because we wanted to bend it sideways. Now I could have done it and bent it up this way. And what was I saying? Oh, when we put this down, we have to use the brayer. Boom, 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 boom. You have to make noises when you do the brayer. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And you have to tape it down. I just used masking tape. This one, we only taped down in 2 spots because we were just doing here. This next one, I'm gonna move it over on the mat to be on this side, and I'll show you that. And we use the deep cut blade. So it has the deep cut blade. I don't think you actually have to use the deep cut housing. I think if you use the deep cut blade, the regular housing, it might be okay. It's not that thick of a material. And the best part is you can do this on your Cricut Explorer. Yeah, you do not need a Cricut Maker to cut this. You can cut it on your Cricut Explorer 1, your Cricut Explorer, your Cricut Explorer Air, or your Cricut Explorer Air 2. You can probably cut it on your Cricut Expression. I'm not going to guarantee it. But it will cut on any of the Cricut machines. This is not just for the Maker. It's for the Cricut Explorer. Yes, Tammy, thanks for bringing that up. You can stain it. If you want, you could just buy this lightest one. I'm not sure which one that is. Let me see. Here's the packaging. So the darker one is the walnut. The lightest one is the maple, and the medium one is the cherry. And look what's on the back. Look, you can make guitar. So they say the veneer is not great for structure. So like, you know how I made this toolkit out of chipboard and I covered it with paper. I wouldn't want to make this out of veneer. It would completely break to pieces. But I could make it out of chipboard and cover it with the veneer instead of covering it with paper. And that it would look wood. And you could even stain it. You can even draw on it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, are you guys excited? I'm excited. And you guys, there's a link to the veneer in the description, and it's on sale. Not only is it on sale, it's 40% off. It's the last day of the sale because new sales start on Wednesdays. And if you have access, you get 10% off of it. And if you have $50 in your subtotal, you get another 10% off and free shipping when you use my link in the description and my code HAPPY. HAPPY, happy, because I want you all to be happy when you're purchasing products. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let's go over to Design Space. It's much thinner than chipboard. It's very thin. It's more like poster board thin. Okay, let's go to Design Space. So here is the pretty leaf. And it is, oh, I don't know if this is I think I made it a little bigger than that. I don't know. Here's whatever size it is. It says 4.5 going across. So we're going to cut this. This is what came in the mystery box. Here. Let me show you. Image information, view cartridge. So this whole cartridge is in the mystery box. This has drawing on it. Oh, this heart has drawing on it too. I didn't notice that one. This is drawing. This heart has different drawing on it. This Easter has drawing. You can make all these out of veneer. So we just drag this in and just drag this to whatever size. And then we click make it. That's how difficult it is, guys. You click the button, make it. Okay, so this is my lightest one. This is my medium color, and this is my dark color. So we're gonna go with the lightest one first. I'm gonna hit continue. The Maker does a lot more than the Explorer does. Okay, now we have to choose veneer. And so we have to browse all materials. Now, if you have a Cricut Explorer or Cricut Air or any of those with a dial, turn your dial to custom. You have to cut it on custom and then click browse all materials. And then I go here to veneer. Now, I have a problem with spelling veneer. I always want to spell it V-A-N-E-E-R. It's V-E-N-E-E-R. I might be the only one with that problem. Just remember, there's 3 E's in it. Natural wood veneer. We're clicking on that. We're clicking done. Now it tells us to load in the moccasin pen. I'm using the tawny pen. Fine point pen is what I'm using. It's 0.4. And we have the deep point blade in our housing. So now we need to load our mat. Let's go over and load our mat. I'm going to try to... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let's go back to Design Space. We have to... I don't know if I can edit here or not. I can. So I can edit that. I want to make sure... I'm just going to stick it all the way in this corner. Because I already cut out a leaf in this corner. Cricut Design Space doesn't know that, but I do. So now we see it's over here. So now we're good. Let's go ahead and edit this one too. Done. And let's edit this one. So we click on it and then we can click edit. And done. Okay, now my light is still blinking. Oh, let's click back up on this one to make sure it's cutting this one. We know it's cutting this mat because this is the same color as this. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna load our mat. Could you use the rotary blade? I don't know. I haven't tried it. I would just try the deep cut blade. Oh, I forgot to load the pen. Oh, and I forgot to show you. I'm over here. Okay. There we go. So when loading the pen, push it in. Here's the arrow. You want to make sure that arrow goes down. So now you can't see the arrow anymore. I lift up on this piece and push down on here. Now I can hit go. I use the fine point pen. Carrie, I'm looking back at chat, and you can use the gel pens to heat emboss, the Cricut gel pens. Yeah, it's kind of a brown color. It's called tawny. It's a brown color. Sally Crow, I would call Cricut support about your pen holder. And there's a link to the Cricut Veneer. The drying takes the longest part on here. But you can see it on there. Oh wait, let me move this light. Maybe you can see it better. Oh, now the light's in there. There we go. Oh, and you want to use the strong grip mat. Oh, and there's Veneer Help. Let me get that. And I just spelled it wrong again. Callie, can you add the Veneer Help link to the video? If you search Veneer in the notes, it's the bottom of the sale post. Yes, it does tell you, well, I don't remember if it told you to move the star wheels for this material or not, to be honest. My star wheels are just always moved. Can you get a long link to that? Because I can't get one. Oh. And I do use the same pen on both pieces of wood that write on them because there's two pieces that write. I'm using all three colors of veneer for this project. This one is the maple that you're seeing right now. You get 2 sheets in each package of veneer. Okay, this one's done. And I'm gonna go ahead and just load this one up. This is the next one. And hit go. That's a problem I seem to forget sometimes. She says the help link isn't working. Here's, oh wait. Hold on, let me get this to put in the chat. Okay, try this help link. I'm going to show you how it comes off the mat. Actually, hold on. Here. We'll go ahead and take this one off while that one's doing that. You just watch this one do that, so I think you're good. Now, this is very important on taking it off the mat. You don't want to rip it or anything or break it. So when you have a big piece like this, bend this back. Look how easy it is. See, I didn't take this off after cutting this piece. I kind of got that piece out. So here it is. It's really thin. Now, in the directions, remember this? Did you guys see my mistake on my popsicle sticks? In the directions, it says to use, not to use the spatula. It says to use the wide tweezers to get it off. I'm just gonna, I don't know why, to be honest. I think the spatula works 100 times better. Now, if you want to follow Cricut's instructions, they say to use these. My instructions say this. Don't call Cricut and say, I did what Melody said and it didn't work. Well, they're going to say, well, did you follow our instructions? So here's how I do it. I just go under there and I turn my wrist like this once it's under and just go around it. See how easy it just flips up? And just go around it and just barely lift it up. And there you go. And this little middle piece comes out. There. And that's one of our layers. It's actually the second layer. It's doing the bottom layer right now. And then these come off real easy. It's so easy. So now let's load this one. So we're going to put this here. We're going to use the brayer. Okay, let me unload this one so we don't have that shadow. Okay, so we're brayering this one. I'm gonna add some tape. To be honest, I have not tried it without the tape. If you have a really sticky mat, I'm not sure you actually need the tape. Excuse me. But I didn't want to risk ruining any of my veneer, so I wanted to follow the instructions. And it's vertical, so when we want to bend it, it will bend easily. Okay, so we're going to load this one. Do you guys need to see it? I don't think so. I'm just going to load it, and you push in a little bit while it's going, and it's on the correct mat, and we hit go. Okay, now let's do this one. And let me move my chat and see it better from the side. Thank you for the bless yous. Thank you, Crystal Richardson. Welcome to the channel. You are now a new member. Put tape here. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over. We don't even have to touch it. Look, you just flip this off. Look at that. I can just flip this off. You don't need any tools. Look at how easy that is. You guys, I really was kind of afraid. I actually bought this when it first came out. I bought 2 of each, and I've had it for over a week, and I've been too afraid. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm afraid I'll break it. And so I got a project going, and that project is not going to be ready yet for today. And then I was recording the digital mystery box video, and I saw this image, and I thought, that would be cool. So we're done with this. And we have this piece, and oops, look, I got tape on it. There, so. Guess what glue we're using, guys? Can anyone guess? So this gets glued onto here, like that. We can actually go ahead and do that. Here's my glue. Art glitter glue works. It's what I used on this. I also went over all the edges with the glue after I had it curved. So after I had it curled, I did that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing this. And it is a little fragile, but I mean, it's real thin. But it doesn't feel like I'm going to break it at all. It's like movable, you know? So I'm going to put glue. And you really want to put enough glue. I didn't put enough glue on my first one, and then I had to re-glue it a little bit. The glue dries clear, so it's okay. Okay, maybe that's a lot of glue. Oh, I didn't put any here. And then just layer it on. And using glue, you can move it around. You can set it on there and then put it in all the right spaces. I used a little more glue today than I did yesterday. Now, this is flat, not like this one. See, this one is curved. I think I made this one a little bit bigger than this one too. Okay, let's get the dark one off the mat. But you can keep it flat if you like. And this could be on a card or on a scrapbook or anything. And where's my rainbow tape from? I got this masking tape in rainbow colors from Amazon. Okay, we're gonna take this off. We're gonna bend. I'm not even touching the wood. I'm bending the mat. Boom, never touched it. And just to show you again, it bends really good this way. This way, it does not bend. So if you want your project to bend, which you don't have to, you can keep it flat, make sure you put it on the mat the way you need it to go. Look, these pieces. You could save these and put a leaf together, like, kind of. But these are the pieces that are not part of the project. But you could totally put a leaf together with these pieces. Look, I'm not even using any tools. This is just like the fusible ink sheets. There we go. I lost my leaf. Here it is. And then we just glue that on top of that. There's a link to the rainbow masking tape. You get a lot of tape with that too. Lots of it. Now I want to make sure I'm putting glue on the correct side. Who wants to buy veneer that didn't know about it before this video or didn't know what to do with it? It's on sale. Last day of the sale, 40% off. They don't have 40% off sales very often anymore, especially on new product. There's a link right there that you can click to take you to the Cricut shop. And make sure you use the code HAPPY. Saves you money. I don't get anything from the code HAPPY. I only get it when you click my link. Okay. Well, And you don't even have to use this top layer if you don't want to, if that's too intricate for you to glue, because it is harder to glue that piece. You can also use these little clips, like to hold it down so the glue stays better. I'm not going to use those yet because I'm going to wet it first. Now, the directions say you can soak it. I'm not soaking it because I don't know how the ink will work. I guess I can test it. We'll test it on this other one that I made first. I'm just using a spray bottle instead of soaking it. Looks like the ink is running a little. Well, yeah, I can see it on here. So if you wet it with the ink, it will run just a little bit. If you soaked it, it would probably come off after a while. So if you don't want to do that, do what I did. I sprayed the back of it. Now see, it bends, but it's not going to stay that way. So I tried a few tricks. So I'm using a water bottle. This is a misting. I'm wetting the back really good. This glue isn't staying, but that's okay because we're going to use clips on it afterwards. So while the water is kind of soaking in there, I'm going to bend it a little bit. Yeah, those little clips come in handy all the time. I can get you a link to the clips. Put it in the chat. See how it's bending? See, it's not straight anymore. Now, they say it's best to hold it this way until it dries. Okay, how many of you have hours to sit and hold this? I don't. So, what I did, so I kind of cheated, I guess. I don't know. It worked for me on the other one. I got out my handy dandy heat gun. Now this is going to be loud. I'm just going to dry this. Okay. Now I'm switching over. Okay, so I held it, curved it like this, and I dried this part in the front, not getting it on my fingers. Now I need to dry the part where my fingers were, and I don't want to burn my fingers, so I'm still holding this bent. And you can see, let me show you. You can see this coming off here and on these edges. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show you how to fix it. You need little clips. Or, where did I have? I had a little clothespin. Oh, here. Like I have a little clothespin. You could use that too. Okay, what was I doing? And you can see the color difference when it dries. The glue might stay stuck better if you actually wait for the glue to dry. See, look how it's coming apart. It's okay. We got it. We're going to fix it. Oh, this makes a funny noise. Okay. Oh, there's water in mine here because I don't need that anymore. Now, it's not completely dry because it's still bendy, but I think it's still fine. Okay, I'm going to add more glue wherever I see it needs more glue. And we're going to use these clips. And it's okay. Well, don't glue the clip down, like you don't want it to actually stick. I'll show you what I did to the other one. I actually put glue all along the entire edge of the outside. And see, I just went along the entire edge afterwards and just dripped lots of glue and spread it on the whole outside. And you can't see that there's glue there, but I think it'll protect it. If it were to get any moisture or anything, it won't separate like it did when we sprayed the water on it. Like, we could go ahead and just put a lot of glue there. And if you want it to curve more, I could hold it up and curve more while it's doing that. Put a little here. Got more clips. And then we need one for here. So I'm just adding glue. And you do want a little time for this to dry. Like, this probably won't be dry during this video. So what I did is I went around the edge like that with glue, and then it dried. And you could curve it a little more while it's still wet. And that's how I made this one. And this is where I just sprayed that wet right there. But I just think these are so cool. And you could like put them together or something, put them on a wood sign or on a wreath, or you can hang them, make a banner out of them. You can add them to anything and make it more of a fall look. Isn't that cool? Uh-oh, get in there. Okay, now who thinks they can do this? I think you can do it. To be honest, I was afraid. I was afraid to use the product. I didn't want to break anything. It was a lot easier than it said. Even after I read the directions, I was kind of afraid. But it just all was so easy. Do we have any questions I didn't get to answer I couldn't see while I was working? What is Melody using the leaf on? I'm not using it on anything. I don't know. I'm just making a veneer leaf because I think it's pretty. But you can add it to anything you're making. Yes, all the links are in the video description. Oh, some of those links that we added may not be. We can add those after the video. Yes, it is 2 sheets per package. And it comes in this is the walnut. This is the maple. And I don't have the other package. And then there's cherry. I can show you the color. This is the color of the cherry. I think this one's my favorite, the cherry color. So you have a light, medium, and dark. And look at the guitar. I think that's so cool. You could probably make the guitar out of paper and then cover it with the wood veneer. And anyone can make it on any Cricut machine. You don't need the maker. Isn't that awesome? Oh yeah, the broad tip tweezers come in the set with the brayer, and you need the brayer to do this. Or you should have a brayer. Yes, you can stain them with any kind of wood stain. Rustic Angel says, Melody, do you know you have chat on live chat and not, or on top chat and not live chat? It doesn't change for me when I change it. I don't have the option to put it on the live chat in the video. Ooh, a guitar Christmas ornament. That's a great idea. What is the advantage of buying the mystery box over waiting? If you don't have access, the advantage of buying the mystery box is to have all those images. You always have them forever and ever. They're always in your account. If you have access, the advantage of buying it now is if you change your mind and don't have access, you will still have these images the rest of your life, even if you don't pay for access. So you'll have these holiday images, and there's some for all holidays that you'll always have. And if you do have access, the advantage of buying it now is to have them now. If you're not going to use any of these images and you do have access, then don't buy it. Don't buy it until, if you're not going to use them for another month, just wait. I can't tell you how thick the veneer is. Like, there's no, can you hear that? Like, I don't know. Thank you, my Sammy. I've given her courage to try. That's awesome. It's thin. Like, let me try to break it. Okay, I tried to break it. Wait, I think I heard a crack in it. Bend it back and forth, I can break it. See, I thought this was so more fragile than it actually is. I can't even break it. I never tried this before. See, look. I mean, I bent it really good. Wow. I'm really shocked. I thought this was more fragile. Huh. Let me try another piece. Oh, and in the help section, it also says how, okay, this one broke. See? But I had to push on it to break it. Like, it wasn't easy to break. Some of the materials, they're all different. So, oh, when you ask the thickness, they all have a different thickness. I cannot see the thickness. But because they come from trees and they have different densities, these may also have different thicknesses. And it tells you all about that in the help section. So against the grain, that's where it's going to break. Okay, I have to really push hard to get it to break. I don't have wood grain cardstock to compare it to. Judy, if you watch, I don't know if you saw the whole video, but I didn't even need the tweezers. Most of it came off with my fingers if I bent the mat back. Yeah, if you purchase the mystery box, it's already in your account. You may have to refresh your design space or sign out, sign back in, and all these images will be there. Just go to your cartridges and filter to my cartridges. They will be there. And the fonts. The fonts are pretty cool. The fonts don't have writing style. I was a bit disappointed in no writing style, but the fonts are pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you have more questions, put them in the comments below. Remember, don't forget, this is the last day of the sale. Get this while you can, 40% off. 2 come in a package, so if you have a really big project, you might want to buy a few. And if you get it up to $50 in your subtotal, you can use my code HAPPY, save 10% off, and get free shipping. If your subtotal is $40, when you go to checkout, you're going to be paying $50. If you get your subtotal to $50 and you use my code for the free shipping and the extra discount, you won't be paying $50. So if you're anywhere near $50, add something to your cart and you'll get it like free. It'll be saving so much more money. So make sure you do that. You can always delete things from your cart. If it is higher than what you thought, delete it. But add more to your cart and see what your discount actually is before you check out. Oh, and my discount doesn't work on the mystery box because it's digital. Thank you, Sana. Thanks for your time. I am new, got the maker, but I don't know how to use everything yet. We have classes on Saturdays, but this coming Saturday I'm on vacation. So go and see what the price is before you check out. I was going to say, I don't know if the digital mystery box, if you add veneer to it, if you can put my code in, if it'll work. Use that $39.99. I don't know. You can try it. No guarantees. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And what is today? Tuesday? I'm going to see you Thursday night live. Not crafting, but car ride. All right. Love you guys. Bye.